Hey guys! I know. It's been a long while, hasn't it? I know. So I thought I'd come back and talk to you guys about where I've been and why I was gone for a little while. I think sometimes we need a break, but you know, sometimes things happen, and let's get into it. Welcome back, guys. I know it's been a minute. I think the last video I uploaded was in July. So here we are at the end of August, and a lot has been going on. So you know, the day in the life of, sometimes things get hectic, sometimes problems come up, and sometimes life is just there. I won't say it's in the way, because it's life and it's always going to be there, right? So let's start back in July. I actually decided to upgrade my computer. The computer I had before was pretty small in size, all around, RAM, and it was a little tiny thing. I'll see if I find a picture, I'll put it up here. But it was pretty small, and it was slowing down tremendously, and I started getting a lot of errors. And it would not, it basically did not have enough space to be able to control everything that I needed it to control for the business. And I'm not even just talking about videos. It couldn't do videos, and I had to start doing videos on my laptop, but I couldn't use my Rolo I had gotten, and other features that I needed to use. Some of the extensions had stopped working, and just other things that were taking up space, and it just could not handle it, basically. So I had to buy a new computer. Now, computers are expensive, but if you're running a business, you definitely have to make sure that you're saving for these things. Making sure that you're saving enough to run the business, and also making sure that you're saving for when things happen and when you want to upgrade. I'm blessed, and I also worked very hard to accumulate the money and the savings, so I was able to go ahead and build a new computer. Again, you know, as resellers, we hate to spend this kind of money, but it was necessary. It really was necessary. It was taking me an hour to print 4 shipping labels because of all the issues that would come involved, not only with just the printing it out, but just processing it, and it was just a nightmare. So our time is money, and that was wasting a lot of time. I mean, 4 labels, guys, 4 labels, that's nothing. So I thankful that I have my dad. My dad is an IT director, and he's been building computers and tinkering with computers since I was a little girl, since in the 80s. I think we were actually one of the only families that had a computer in our household, let alone one computer. We actually had 3 computers back in the early 90s. So that was an unusual thing, and so he's been doing it for years and years. So he actually picked out all the elements and all the things that I needed for the computer, and we ordered all the parts, and they came in. So he actually built the computer for me. So maybe I'll post a picture, but I am very thankful for him. Thank you so much, Dad, because that was a lot of work. And building computers is very tedious, and if you don't know what you're doing, it can take a long time. Now, why did it take so long? It had nothing to do with his experience or anything of that nature. It took so long. I started ordering the parts mid-July, and they came in pretty fast. And he and my middle son began building the computer. However, the motherboard was bad. It would not post, and so we had to return that and get another one. And then by this time, it was getting pretty difficult to find parts. We're almost in August, and a lot of people are home working and doing homeschool, so they're building computers, ordering parts and laptops, so things were starting to get harder to find. We were able to get another motherboard, and that came in. That was another week and a half, and that one was bad. so it was mostly these bad parts we were getting in, and unfortunately both of them were off Amazon. And so we switched to another company and bought a new motherboard from somewhere else. So we had to wait again for that to come in. So it was mostly a waiting process. And I just, I was doing that, and the part finally came in, and we were able to finally finish the computer and get it up. And it's actually behind me right now. It's so cool. It lights up. I know all the gamers like to see that kind of thing, so my son put it up here for me. So so I'm very happy with it. It is great. It runs fast. It is smooth. It does everything I need it to do so far. I'm still doing some maintenance and moving things around and adding, things from the other system, but it is, it's on point. It's exactly where I need it to be. Yes. So anyway, that took a while. That was like a month, mid-July to mid-August. So you can imagine all the things I was going through just trying to list and do other things. So that took up a lot of time. And in that time period, it was very difficult. My mental health was kind of declining a little bit. It was because I couldn't do what I wanted to do and how I wanted it. And you get frustrated. And I'm sure I've mentioned in other videos, I may not have. I'm actually a disabled veteran. I do suffer from PTSD among other issues, and sometimes I got to take a break from other stuff to make sure that my mental health is being taken care of, and also my regular health. It's very important to say it's okay to stop videos or stop posting on social media, or even if you need to take a break from your business, it's okay to do that, because we wear the hats in our business. We're all of them, from admin to buyers to all the way down to shippers and cleaners. We're doing everything, and it can take a toll on you if you let it, and also if you don't take the breaks that you need, or that your body or your mind is telling you that you need. We have to listen to ourselves. So just take that into consideration. I've worked very hard to get where I am at, and I don't want to beat myself up when I can't do something and then fall back down. I don't want to say from grace, but fall back down flat. So I didn't post for a while. I didn't do videos, again, because that was also hard to do with the equipment that I had. So that was making it stressful. And I just said, you know what, we're just going to stop for a while and we'll come back. Everything will be there. It's not like everything's going to fall down just because I'm not putting a video or I'm not posting what I bought lately. So, just remember, take that into consideration. It's okay. All right. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, and sorry. After the computer and, me trying to take a break and gather myself together, I started looking actually for a VA. That was the next project that I was working on. If you guys look at my previous video, I have a huge a basic storage unit that I bought, and I needed to make sure that I could find a way to get this stuff listed. Again, it's just me, and it's going to take a long time. So I decided to go ahead and invest in a virtual assistant to help get this stuff listed. So I was going through the process of posting ads and answering the resumes or the inquiries and going through interviews. So I did hire somebody. They actually just started this week, so I don't have any updates on how that's going. Hopefully I can start a new different video series just talking about that and how that's working out. So we're hoping that this works out really well. The person seems to know what to do. They did the training, and we're going to see what they do with this week's listings. So stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed so you can be on the lookout for a video about that. After I actually hired that person, I ended up having a family emergency. I've talked about my sons. I have 3 sons, 20, 16, and 7. Well, he'll be 7 next week. My 7-year-old has a disorder called sickle cell anemia. And unfortunately, this disorder can send him into pain at any time, at any given day, any given hour, summer, fall, winter. It doesn't matter. It can and send him in pain. And if we can't control it here at home, we have to go into the hospital because this disorder could kill him. Any sickle cell patient, if you don't get the necessary treatment and get yourself checked out. So sorry if I get a little nervous. I don't really talk about this a lot, and I don't want to cry. So we had to end up going into the hospital about a week ago. I lose track of time a lot when that happens, but that's him in the background. So obviously he sounds great now, and he bounces back in the most wonderful way. Anyway, we had to go to the hospital, and he had to stay for a bit. And it's hard. I have to stop doing what I'm doing. That is the main reason I do what I do, because I want to be available to him at all times. If I had a regular job, and no knocking to any single parents who have regular jobs, you guys work just as hard as everybody else. My job would not allow me to take that much leave. At one point he was going to the ER about 7 times a year. We were actually doing inpatient stays about 4 times a year. And then in between that, you still had pain episodes at home. So anyway, I'm not going to get too far into that, but that's why I do this job, so I can be available whenever he needs me, if we have to go to the hospital, or if he just needs me here at home, or to pick him up from school when they were going to school. So that kind of held me up a little bit. I was taking care of him and just trying to make sure everything was okay. I actually had to call back home and have my 16-year-old ship an item out that had sold the day that I had to take my 7-year-old into the hospital. So that was nice. They know where things are, and I just walked him through it again. I used to have a printout, and I didn't have it at that time, but he was able to get the item out, so that was nice. Anyway, obviously being in the hospital with your child takes up a lot of your time, and you definitely don't have any kind of other time for stuff, let alone social media. But we are back home. He is doing great. You just heard him in the background yelling at his game. Yes, it is a lifelong disorder. There is no cure, because I'm sure you guys may have that question. But he is a bright 7-year-old who loves to swim and play sports, and he is an awesome, strong kid, and I could not be prouder of him. So that is where we are today. That brings us up to date about a month of my life right there. Day in the life of, month in the life of. It gets real. It gets real out here, and you just want to make sure that you're doing your best to take care of yourself, health-wise, that you're taking care of yourself mental-wise, because that's very important too. A lot of times we don't understand that our health has to do with how our mental health is doing, and vice versa. You want to keep those two things in tune so that you can keep moving forward. I love that saying, because no matter what, you just got to keep moving forward as best as you can with what you're giving at the time that you're using. So I think that's all I have for today, guys. I'm sure that's probably enough. I didn't want to make this a long video. I just wanted to say hi. I miss you guys so much. I really miss doing videos, showing you what's going on in my store, in my life, and what I have, and what's coming up next. But I will be doing more videos. I'm trying to bring the doll highlight series back. I'm just trying to get the VA into a groove, and then I can get back into my video groove. So but I will be showing you hopefully coming up soon on some stuff that I'll be listing. I pulled a bunch of school things, instruments and books and games. I'm a little late. I would have done this in July, but obviously everything I told you happened, so I'm trying to get it out there now. So maybe I'll do a video and show you guys those things that I have, and to make sure that you are listing these things and using the Prime. Right now it's August. A lot of schools have already started. Our school hasn't, and many others haven't. So this is a great time to get those items up for parents and those who are at home and need the items. So that's all for today, guys. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll start posting there regularly again, little by little, as I get back into the groove. I usually post there more than I post here on YouTube, just because it's easier and I can take quick pictures of stuff and that kind of thing. So I will see you in the next video, and make sure that you guys are taking care of your health and taking care of your mental health in addition to your physical health. And thanks again for watching. Bye.